Two of Bernie Madoff's victims surfed the web in a Manhattan apartment on the eve of his sentencing.
He's going to be very lonely, they say. Isn't that awful?
It's if anyone cares.
Judith Welling and Bud Baker thought their retirement was set until Madoff robbed them of $2.5 million and their peace of mind. They first heard he'd been arrested during a family dinner last December.
There we were, drinking it up, eating it up, having a lovely time, to have it all come crashing down. And at first we just couldn't believe it. We absolutely were in shock.
Judith and Bud had planned to withdraw $1 million last year just before Madoff's arrest to help fund their grandchildren's education and support several charities in New York. But they missed the deadline and now their savings are gone.
This is a man with no conscience. Now, obviously, we did not know him. We had never met him, never spoken to him. But just watching what has happened and what he did to so many people.
Bernie Madoff was seen as an investment guru. He ran a Ponzi, or criminal investment scheme, promising investors an above-market rate of return. Not outlandish, but more than anyone else was offering at the time. Over 20 years, people flocked to him, and investing money with Madoff was considered a privilege. But what Madoff was doing was taking money from the newest investors and using it to pay off existing clients. Last year's market crash and the recession meant the flow of new investors dried up. The game was over. In December, Madoff confessed to the FBI billions of dollars of clients' money was lost. Madoff's business was divided between two floors here at New York's famous Lipstick Building on 3rd Avenue. There was, if you like, a normal investment firm overseen by his two sons, Andrew and Mark, and a highly secretive operation run only by Madoff and a handful of trusted staff members. With Madoff in jail, the police investigation has widened to his sons and wife Ruth, who was given millions by her husband over the years. Experts say proving the family knew what Madoff was up to will be tough.
The barrier for the prosecutors is not simply to find that she received large quantities of income from his enterprises, but that she knew that what he was doing was illegal and continued to receive those funds.
As the investigation into the biggest swindle in Wall Street history continues, many wonder how many more Madoffs have yet to come out of the woodwork.
I can assure you that more Madoffs are out there. They're turning up on a regular basis. We've had Sir Alan Stanford in the Caribbean. We've had people indicted in Europe. We've had people indicted on Long Island, in Las Vegas. They're going to turn up all over the place.
Well,
Bud was outside the court when Madoff was first charged. He says he didn't hold back his feelings.
I said, I'd like to stone you to death. And he heard me, but he didn't even flinch. He just had that continual smirk and walked and got into his, car and went home to the house he lived in with our money.
John Terrett, Al Jazeera, New York.